Hello. How's everybody doing? Having to use my phone for chat today, which is a little awkward. I normally use the laptop, but I had some issues with it. Hoping the issues don't affect the stream. It shouldn't, because it's all in the download speed. I'm using my 4G on my laptop to download the chat. It's weird, but welcome everybody. Wizard of Oz, hellish. But welcome everybody to episode 52 of Unmatched. And what is it? Episode 346 in total now. Climbing up there, almost 350. What's episode 350 gonna be? Well, Unmatched, Ferocity, then Takeover. So the next Unmatched after the next one. What's that gonna be? 2nd of May? Yeah, 3rd of May is Ferocity, 2nd of May of Unmatched. So yeah, 2nd of May will be episode 350. Looking forward to that. It's been a good 4 years. But anyway, it's time to get into episode 52. The penultimate show before the Takeover pay-per-view, of course, just announced on Twitter moments ago. We had 2 announcements, actually, both massive announcements. New signing to be debuting after the Takeover event. Victoria Extreme looking to make her CMV debut. Another huge independent star. But also another massive announcement. The 30 Women's Royal Rumble match will now be becoming a 40 Women's Royal Rumble match. The winner still main events implosion as was before, but 10 extra members, superstars if you will, have been confirmed for the Rumble. Of course, we only actually know 2 or 3 that have actually been confirmed, entered. I'm sure we'll find out more over the coming weeks. And without further ado, my phone needs to stop going off. Without further ado, let's get into episode 52. Can't keep stalling. It's time. Pray for no lag today. I can't remember who's kicking off the show tonight. It's been a good while since I booked this card. I believe it's Ali Vaziri, the Saudi Arabian, looking to kick off tonight's show against Selena Zinder. Zinder, of course, 1-1 in her CMV career. Lost her debut match. It was a fatal 4-way match in which Amy won. I believe she hit that running knee off of Jay Jin in her debut. Of course, the other 2 members of that fatal 4-way match were Selena Zinder, who you'll see in a moment, and it's on the tip of my tongue, August Evans, who we saw last week in tag team action, redeem that loss and go 1-1. Ali Vaziri, though, I believe 2-1 in her career, coming off of a big win in her last pay-per-view match against Sabra Abadi. Hello, Topher, how are you doing? The Rumble is next Sunday, hellish, 29th of April. 2 Rumbles. Main event has been confirmed for D'Angelo St. Daniels to go one-on-one with Sunshine to unify both the Global and CMV World Championships. Co-main event will be the Men's Royal Rumble, 30 Men's Royal Rumble. Tertiary main event, Jade Divine will be defending against, well, we don't know yet. We'll find out in tonight's main event. Welcome to the stream, J-Rod. I can't see the viewer count tonight. It's a bit earlier than normal. I don't know if that will affect it too much as we await the arrival of Selena Zinder, fellow newcomer. But like I said, both of these competitors between them have probably had maybe 6 or 7 matches. Selena Zinder, kind of like a... I'm trying to think of the word. Comes off to me like kind of like a vampire. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from Selena Zinder. We've seen her talk a few times backstage, and she certainly set her sights on the upper echelon of this women's division. Needs to pick up a few wins before she can climb to the top of that ladder. Of course, right now, the current Women's Undisputed Champion, Jade Divine, has held that belt since Oblivion. Will be making her 2nd defense of the belt at Takeover. The champ before that, Quinn Bell, also in action tonight in the main event. 6 women's over the top rope battle royal, you know, paying homage to the previous 2 years where we had a 6 women's Royal Rumble match to confirm the main event of Implosion. Last year was actually won by Quinn Bell, so we're getting this kind of honorary battle royal in tonight's main event to determine the #1 contender for the Women's Undisputed Championship. You'll be coming for that belt, huh? For anyone who doesn't know, anyone who hasn't checked the Twitter, Mr. and Ms. Extreme in the chat there. I'm just high on coffee right now. Newcomer to CMV will be debuting after the Royal Rumble event. Looking forward to seeing Victoria Extreme in action. But as the bell gets underway for our first match of the evening. First of 10 and first of tonight's undercard. Of course, 3 matches every show. Dedicated to the undercard, dedicated to the newcomers as CMV, and more so the people who are kind of struggling middle of the road. Selena Zinda starting this match off, taking control, has the head of Ali Vaziri, slamming her face first into the mat. Headlock now by Selena Zinda. Just going to let Ali Vaziri go. Of course, all our arenas made by Decided Villain on Twitter, or at least all the Ferocity and Unmatched arenas, all the pay-per-views made by Decided Villain. Genesis Fusion, I don't know if NGW was made by Topher, but Topher360 in the chat made Genesis Fusion and all the Genesis and Fusion pay-per-views. So I believe all of them, right, Topher? Most of them. Nice arm drag by Selena Zinda. As I mentioned, first of 10. I believe this is Selena Zinda's 3rd match in CMV, currently 1-1, while Ali Vaziri is 2-1 or 3-1, something along those lines. Only lost 1 match though. I believe it was tag team action. No, 3-2. Lost a fatal 4-way in her debut, main card debut, I should say, and then a tag team match to follow up where she teamed with Sabra Abadi. Nice flying forearm off that second rope by Selena Zinda. Oh, you didn't make that? Oh, I think Tim made that NGW arena. Emerald Flosion there by Selena Zinda. Stacked card though for tonight. Who hasn't seen the card? Big main event, as I mentioned. We will determine the next #1 contender for the CMV Women's Undisputed Championship. 6 women's over the top battle royal. Raiden Brooks, Quinn Bell, the former champ, Megan Cooper and Angelina Hawkins, who of course are coming off of a win over the former champ. We also have Emily. Flashy has not uploaded his female core just yet. Hellish. Selena Zinda slamming Ali Vaziri into the mat, looking to hook that leg. Co-main event though, Alice Blake, as voted by the CMV universe at cmvwrestling.com, will be making her first defense of the CMV Women's Hardcore Championship as Selena Zinda looking to scout up Ali Vaziri, looking to put this match to rest real quick. That reverse STO driving the head of Ali Vaziri into the mat. That AAA always confuses me, gets me tongue twisted. 1, 2, only for the count of 2. Tertiary main event, no, non-title match. The establishment, the leader of the establishment, Laura Sampson, of course, not in action anymore. Out on maternity leave, it will be her brother Brody Sampson taking over, has booked Danger Close, Ali Cage and Jade Dynamite against the current women's tag team champions, the Warsaw Pact. Poland versus Australia and Wales right there. As Selena Zinda looks to target the upper thigh of Ali Vaziri. Certainly been a one-sided matchup so far between these two newcomers. You know, both of these two one day could be the face of this division. Still a relatively early division, you know, unlike the male superstars. We've only had the women's division for, what, 3 years? And then they've only had their own show for 1 year. Selena Zinda looking to take advantage of those heels, driving them into the midsection of Ali Vaziri. You got chicken tikka masala, Topher? You got food for the stream today? Ali Vaziri on the shoulder of Selena Zinda, driving those knees into the spine. It's been a one-way traffic in this match. Now just taunting. Look at this lack of respect for the former member of the Saudi Arabian militia. Certainly don't want to disrespect someone who's military trained. Once again, they're going to just slam her head first into the mat. This, of course, are still our first of 3 undercard matches for anyone tuning in late. I believe all 3 are singles matches tonight, which is a rare occasion. Now tugging on the hair. Getting dirty is Selena Zinda. And once again, scouting up Ali Vaziri. This could well be the end of the match once again. Looking for that reverse STO, that Sister Abigail. Oh, a little bit of lag there. How many subs? You know, hopefully not as many as last time we had 4 in a row. But 1, 2, that what? 2 count? Ali Vaziri. This is the undercard, and we're getting multiple finishes. That's rare. Undercard match is always on fast, of course. A couple of kicks to the midsection exchange. Ali Vaziri certainly showing her resiliency. She is from Saudi Arabia, Hellish. Oh, you know what, Topher? You might well have called it. Because here comes that submission. Looking to force Selena Zinda to tap. Will it be enough? No, it will not. Zinda able to power out. and escape the hold. Now a stop to the arm by Selena Zinder, only to get caught by an arm drag from Ali Vaziri. Punch to the midsection by Selena Zinder. Going for a scoop slam, but a reversal by Ali Vaziri. Punch to the back. Going for a scoop slam in her own right. Oh, just going to throw it to the corner. Using the environment to her advantage. Good strategy. Not breaking any rules there. Lateral press into the pin, but only for the count of 1. Where was I on the card recap? I believe the 4th match of the card is a singles match between Riley Dixon and Lexin Damjan, as Ali Vaziri with a super kick to the gut off the ropes. Heel kick to the back of the head. That could well be enough to put away Selena Zinder. Looking to drag her away for the ropes. Smart strategy. Don't want a rope break. Rolling her over now. Going to hook that leg real deep into the pin. 1, 2, 3. Vaziri coming away with the upset and laughing in the face of Selena Zinder, who of course taunted her during that match. But Ali Vaziri going to turn it around, pick up the victory, and get back to winning ways here tonight. That was a long match for the undercard. Jesus. But tonight it would be Ali Vaziri who picks up the victory. In our first match of the undercard, first of 3, I believe all 3 of them tonight are singles matches. I believe the main event of tonight's undercard is Candice Leone going one-on-one with Akira Violet. See Ali Vaziri trying to lock in this submission early on, but Selena Zinder able to power out, able to have the wherewithal to power out, but unfortunately, it wouldn't save her. As our first match in tonight's undercard comes to a close. Topher, are you ready for the intro? I need to update the intro, but now we've got a lot more cores. Or a lot of new cores. I certainly need to update the intro. Oh, they already have their core uploaded, J-Rod, but thank you for posting the exclamation mark. As we move into our second match of the night. Oh, Libyan. What is our second match? Ah, yes, Valderis in action. As she looks to take on Amy. I believe, what is it? At XBCC Amy on Twitter or something like that. Valderis, of course, formerly a tag team partner with Joy Justice. Although those two parted ways and Joy Justice went on to team with Valderis' former tag team partner, Susanna. Was Valderis a former #1 contender for the CMV Women's Tag Team Championships? Was unsuccessful. Yeah, J-Rod, Mr. and Miss Extreme has already uploaded their core. Just put out that tweet before the show tonight. But here comes BC. Well, here comes Amy. I'm trying to say the Twitter handle there, but Amy one-on-one. She lost to Candice Leone last week, looking to bounce back with a victory over Valderis. Valderis has fallen short on wins as of late. Certainly be looking to turn it around. As we will begin to get into the thick of our card tonight. Second match right now. Third match of the main card. I keep going to recap or at least state the card tonight. I keep getting interrupted by something, but the third match of tonight's card will be Tiffany Razor in action. It's been a while since we've seen her in singles action. Of course, she was part of that Rage in the Cage main event. Came so close to winning the Women's Hardcore Championship. Tied second with the now former champ Amber Briggs. Second matchup of the main card will determine who faces Alice Blake in our co-main event tonight. And then our first match of the main card is tag team action between Casey Watson and Nancy Hurt, who look to take on the former #1 contenders, the Blazing Dragons. Anyway, this match getting underway. What is this conversation about in the Twitch chat? Knee to the midsection. I must have missed the start of it. It's just a lot of Saudi Arabia talk. Valderis, big power bomb to Amy. Amy, of course, desperately looking to pick up a win tonight after picking up that loss to Candice Leon last week in singles action. Valderis on that second rope. That is going to be one hell of a leap. Somehow makes it. Stomp to the midsection. Looking to pick Amy up to her feet. Valderis. Northern Light suplex. To the newcomer. Valderis, a bit of a veteran in CMV. Been in CMV since, ooh, Jesus, 2K16 now. That's a good 2 seasons. End of 2K16, I believe. Or beginning of 2K17. Irish whip. Valderis off the ropes. Like I said, I believe she's challenged for the Women's Tag Team Championships twice. Both when the Knockout Queens were champ. Knockout Queens were a great team of champs. You know, they had the belts for 3 months. And the only reason they lost them was due to one of them being injured. And, well, both of them being injured, really. One got injured and the other got stripped. And then got injured. Can't wait for their return, though. That was certainly light the division back on fire when the Knockout Queens, the inaugural Women's Tag Team Champs, returned to action. Can't wait. Welcome to the stream, the Monster Goldman. How are you doing? And Bateman, how are you doing? Topher, Rick, Hellish, go. Amy driving the head of Valderis into the mat. Oh, and welcome Gumball. Overhand right by Amy. Goes for a cheeky German, but Valderis with a forearm to the back. Able to counter, but then gets countered in her own right by Amy. Nice couple of elbows to the face. Breaking up momentarily. Valderis, though, going to catch her by the hair. Maybe looking to put her into the corner. Taking a page out of Thompson Newsom's repertoire. Bit of deja vu, he would call it. Of course, Thompson Newsom going to be appearing on Genesis later this week. Tag team action after losing his career on Unmatched to D'Angelo's and Daniels. I'm still interested to see what happens with the Money Back briefcase. Maybe he'll cash in at Homecoming. That would be an interesting sight to see. Lateral press by Valderis now, looking to pick up the victory. I'm always falling down the stairs, Topher. Stop to the arm. Irish whip by Valderis, looking to put Amy into that near right corner. Valderis, vintage Valderis. Going to the, oh, a little bit. What happened there? Well, there's that moonsault by Valderis. She's won a few matches with this in her career, mainly tag team matches, but 1, 2, but Amy able to kick out. Pardon me. Once again, Valderis looks to go to the top rope. Of course, she was the high flyer of the Jezebels, and there's that Phoenix splash into the pin. 1, 2, still a 2 count. Amy able to kick out. Topher, I'm still blind. Now a moonsault by Valderis. Valderis starting to take control of this matchup. It was relatively back and forth as the match began, but as soon as I say that, Amy with a reversal, now an overhand right to follow. Amy looking to drop a neck first across that knee. Some severe spinal injury right there. Backing up into the corner. Oh, wait a minute! Amy looking to put this match to rest. Driving that knee across the forehead, but doesn't even go for the pin. Instead, going to take a moment to taunt. Perhaps respecting the resiliency of the former #1 contender. Now flying clothesline. Valderis back to her feet, only to get caught by an atomic drop. And then drops the heels in between the thighs. Not sure why Amy didn't go for the pin there. That could have been a confirmed victory, just longing out the matchup, giving Valderis a chance to come back into this match. Oh! Submission attempt! Didn't know Amy had a submission in her repertoire. Never seen her use it before, but it gets the job done. Damn, a crossface. Big fan of Hayden. But by way of submission, Topher keep count. First one of the night. Amy picks up a victory by way of submission. I think that's a standard move. I don't even think that's a sig. But Amy picks up the victory in our second match in tonight's undercard by way of submission. to bounce back and go 2-1 in her CMV career. Still got a bit of a cough. My voice has come back, but still measuring a bit of a cough. Honestly, I thought the match was over here. That running high knee, to be honest, I kind of expected the match to end there and there. That was how Amy won the first match in her career. It was a fatal 4-way hit Jay Jim with that running high knee. And now we move on to our marquee match for tonight's undercard. Candice Leone making her second appearance in CMV tonight against Akira Violet, who's certainly fallen in bad ways as of late. Definitely needs a win. There's Akira Violet. I think she's on a bit of a losing streak, maybe 3 or 4. Let's enjoy the stream. Less about politics in a wrestling stream, the better. Nobody needs to get into those politic arguments. I'd appreciate it. Bless. Of course, Candice Leone made her debut this past week on Ferocity, 1-on-1 against Amy, who we just saw pick up a victory. And Candice Leone would go on to win the match. Go 1-0 in CMV. And now tonight, looks to return and potentially pick up another victory. Maybe secure herself a spot on the main card with a win here tonight, especially an impressive win. I'm more of a, I don't really drink juice. I'm more of a water fan, you know. But Candice Leone, as I mentioned, debuted last week. Did win in what was probably the match of the undercard last week. A solid, what, 15-minute match. GOAT, the only guy in CMV to trash his own core. She could put on another match of the night performance here tonight, or a dominant victory. Certainly could well secure herself a spot on the main card the next time she gets booked, as we move into our third and final match on tonight's undercard. Akira Violet 1-on-1 with Candice Leone, and Candice Leone immediately throwing Akira Violet across the ring. Knee to the side of the head. You know, I didn't get that when you first uploaded that core. And once again, launching Akira Violet across the ring. Just playing with Akira Violet tonight. Now in mount, dropping some heavy shots. Hard elbows, trying to bust up Akira Violet. Thank you, Marty. It is going to take literally hours, maybe even days to record. But it's worth it. It'll be fun. That's wheel kick there, taking Candice Leone off her feet. No, he hasn't seen it. He just saw the announcement today, Topher. It is indeed going to be lit. I haven't even started recording it yet. Well, I was going to, but I had to wait for a few cores to be uploaded. So I'll be recording it all next week. We've got a week off. Reverse the scoop sound there. That is a newcomer J-Rod by the name of Candice Leone. 1-0. Debuted last week against Amy, who we just saw in action, picking up a victory. I'll be getting them when I record on Match Go. I haven't been on the men's account for a while. Irish whip by Candice Leone sends Akira Violet into the ropes. Nice takedown there by Candice Leone. Now to the second rope, going to be quite the leap. Senton. I have seen them though, Goat. Into the pin, but not even a 1 count. Way too early for the victory. If anything, just wearing out, taking away some of the stamina. Taking time to taunt here. We saw how that fared for Selena Zinder in our opening match. Neck breaker by Candice Leone. Akira Violet stunned momentarily, only to get caught by Fisherman Suplex into the bridge. I did get the updated Casey Bateman, yes. Oh, Candice Leone. Damn, this would be a dominant victory. What a performance this would be. It took a couple to pick up the victory last week. If it's this quick tonight, this would be one of those dominant victories we've ever had, but on the account too. Into the pin. Oh, a dirty one. Not like this. One. Only a 1 count. I would say it looks nothing like Susanna J-Rod. Nice reversal there by Akira Violet, driving the forearm into the shoulder. And now a kick to the gut. Looking to work the inner thigh. Nice DDT to the leg. Akira Violet maybe looking to turn this match around as she allows Candice Leone get up to one knee. See you later, Hellish. Clothesline by Akira Violet. Second clothesline by Akira Violet. Single leg drop kick takes Candice Leone off her feet. Looking to pick her right back up. Kick to the midsection. Vintage Akira Violet with this neck breaker. She beat Raiden Brooks off an interruption by Nancy Hurt way back at the start of the season with that. Candice back up. Oh, damn! Candice with that spear! It takes Akira off her feet. And taunting once again is the newcomer. Goes for a boot, but Akira Violet able to get out of the way. Only to get caught once again on the shoulders of Candice Leone. Able to slip free though, reverse DDT. Definitely a solid matchup here in the main event of tonight's undercard. Off the ropes. Throws her into the air, but doesn't do anything with it. Now a spine buster by Akira Violet. Up on that second rope, taunting for the crowd. Let off a little bit of a roar here. Well, watch out for Candice Leone though. Good awareness to prevent her from getting back to her feet. Send her up against the ropes. What could Akira Violet be looking for? Looking to set up across that second rope now. But Candice Leone able to get free. Only get caught by a forearm, but quicker of the two. Turns it around, grabs the hair. Welcome to the stream, Victor. How are you doing? In the co-main event tonight, you'll see who you'll be having your rematch clause against. Will it be Alice Blake or will it be whoever wins the Fatal 4-Way earlier on the show? Stop to the lower back of Akira Violet and again taking mount. Looking to drop some heavy elbows. Really trying to cut Akira Violet open. They're very sharp. Akira Violet certainly starting to take a bit of a beating in this match. The referee might have to think about calling it, all those elbows. Akira Violet though refusing to back down. Trying to close in. Dark Matter. Rolls her over. Could you imagine? What a comeback. 1, 2. Ah, 2 count. I thought that could have been it. Punch to the midsection. These undercard matches have been going on. Oh, big boot. Punch to the midsection by Akira Violet. Boot to the gut by Candice Leone though. Jawbreaker. You'll level up in about 3,000 more hours. Another neck breaker by Akira Violet. Akira Violet could well come back here. She got dominated by a bit. Dominated for a bit, I should say. Arm drag by Candice Leone. This is just the third match. We still got the entire main card. Goes for a scoop slam once more. Whenever Candice Leone goes for that scoop slam, it seems as if Akira has it very well scouted. Oh, but Candice Leone looking to put this to rest for once and for all. The glam slam into the pin 1, 2. What? I have never seen anything like this on the undercard. This undercard tonight, oh, they're thinking this is some main event. They're all taking finishes. They're just eating them. It is very rare you see undercard matches last this long, be this competitive, be this back and forth. It reminds me of that time when Marty Michaels debuted against Origin on the undercard, and they went on for 20 minutes. That might be the best undercard match ever. Another fisherman suplex, taking a page out of Quinn Bell's book. Wonder how Quinn feels about that. Trying to steal the show on tonight's undercard. And launching Akira Violet across the ring. There's a good chance I might put it on slow. Overhand right. Oh, surely. Third and final. This has just become a beating at this point. Into the pin. Lateral press. 1, 2, 3. And Candice Leone picks up the victory. It took her a while. It took her a while, but Candice Leone picked up the victory, went 2-0. What a performance by Akira Violet. You've got to give her props for that. But it would be Candice Leone picking up the victory, going 2-0. Could well have secured herself a main card spot in her next performance. Great matchup. Definitely the best match on tonight's undercard. Topher, are you ready for your favorite song when the intro plays? I'm going to update it one day. One day I'll update it. It feels like a trailer right now. More like a trailer than an intro. But what a victory for Candice Leone. 2-0 in CMV. BRB. Don't do this to me, Topher. Not unmatched. Enjoy. Topher, I know you love that intro. Very spicy. Double, you know what to do. But welcome! We are here! Episode 52, episode 346. And, well, let's get into the main card. First match of the evening. Former Women's Tag Team Champ... Well, number one contenders for the Women's Tag Team Championships. The Blazing Dragons. Murasaki Ryu on the left in the purple. Akiko Tanashi on the right in the red. As they look to take on upcoming aspiring tag team Casey Watson and Nancy Hurt. Unbeaten in tag team action, though they've only had one tag match together. Speaking of tag matches, if you go to CMVWrestling.com right now, looking forward to their debut, Mr. and Miss Extreme. All right, they're a big step up against former number one contenders. It'll be interesting to see if Casey and Nancy Hurt have gelled. They've only had one match together. Out first, going to be Casey Watson. Hailing out of New Jersey, the New Jersey eye candy, certainly full of herself. But yeah, as I was saying, speaking of tag team matches, you can vote at CMVWrestling.com right now to determine next week's main event. And right now it is a tag team match that is winning. Bad Company and Danger Close versus The Establishment and Kristen Page. The other two options are, I think, Fury versus Amber and Cassie versus Steel. And I'm not sure the other option, but it's got no votes. So there's pretty much no chance that one's going to win. New attire here for Casey Watson, though. Looking fly as ever. Bateman, every time you make me think I've got a favourite core of yours, you then go and make another attire that I like better. It's on the match card, Mr. and Miss Extreme, on CMVWrestling.com. I might start posting them to Twitter as well and then just tallying them up in the future. I do them on Twitter and on the website. But it's on the match card. If someone could link the match card in the chat. And of course, here comes Nancy Hurt, former top contender for the Women's Undisputed Championship. But that was years ago. She was in the Hardcore title elimination chamber. One week I'm thinking, damn, Marty's got a damn solid attire. Then I'm like, geez, this August Evans core, Marty. Calm down. And then this new Casey Watson attire update. Whew. Bateman, please. Loving these frequent updates. I don't know what I've seen a lot of people use the term wig. I don't know what it means. I wish I did. But I'm not quite indie enough to understand. Is it an indie threat? I don't know. But anyway, as I was saying, I believe they made their tag team debut, Casey Watson and Nancy Hurt, against the New Delhi Bombshells. It was that or Stars and Stripes. Casey Watson going to start off against Akiko Tanashi. Straight out of the gate, taking a page out of the three-time CMV World Champions book, Chris Adams with Mama Squared. Nice headlock by Casey Watson. Like I said, big step up here, though. Former number one contenders. What a win it would be, though. That would send them, like, probably to the top three with a win here tonight. Like, if you think, who are the top three of established teams? Like, Bad Company. I guess No Morality haven't officially broken up yet. And then, obviously, the current tag teams, tag champs. But I'd say a win over the former #1 contenders, I mean, that certainly sends you up the rankings. Akiko Tanashi just playing with her opponent tonight. Oh, okay. Oh, you have to sign up real quick, I believe. If you just sign up, I don't know if it lets you vote without signing up. I don't know if you can vote as a guest. Can you vote as a guest? I've never tried, but a one-kick KO there by Murasaki Ryu. Onto the apron. Springboard elbow drop. Like I said, I might start posting the polls to Twitter as well. Just to give more people an opportunity to vote. Going for a scoop slam. Casey Watson slips free. Boot to the back of the leg. I would be very surprised if this match does not end by a submission. Akiko, of course, has that rear naked choke. Murasaki Ryu has that Kimura. Casey Watson, I can't remember her sub. I know she has one. And then Nancy Hurt has a bear hug. I think she has two, right, Mai? Casey Watson's only had a few matches yet. Still getting familiar. Been a relatively quick rise for Casey Watson. Starting to climb those tag team ranks, I believe. Unbeaten in singles action. Tagging out now is Murasaki Ryu. Looking to tag out to Akiko Tanashi. Irish whip. Off the ropes. Looking for a drop toe hold. Oh, maybe not. Atomic drop into the big boot. It looked like the drop toe hold animation. Looking for that hot tag. Poor decision making there by Akiko Tanashi. Allowing Casey Watson to make the hot tag. Drop kick by Nancy Hurt. I would not want to be on the other side of that. Another drop kick. Third drop kick sidestepped. Crossface. Big Hayden fan. Reverse DDT. Looking to pick Nancy Hurt up to her feet. First of 2 tag team matches tonight. Of course, on our tertiary main event, the Warsaw Pact, who was scheduled to defend against Bad Company, who certainly weren't happy by that double count out at Rage in the Cage, will be taking on Danger Close in their tag team debut. Looking with some spicy new attires. Going for a scoop, a big knee to the midsection. Trying to cool the moves before they happen. Trying to be psychic. Stop to the arm. Oh, Nancy Hurt. Tying up those arms. Looking for a submission. Wrenching back on the head. Trying to force Ryu to tap. Can't quite reach the ropes, but Ryu slips free. Dragging those legs out from underneath. Nancy Hurt overhand right now by Ryu. Spinning neck breaker by Murasaki Ryu. Circling. Oh. Has the arm. Looking for that submission. Will Nancy Hurt tap? It's relatively early into the match. Can she quite reach that rope? She doesn't tap. Too much power. That might have been one of my favorite matches ever, Vic. That match at Unbreakable was like, what was it, like 35 minutes? Oh! Here comes the armbar! I mean, Kimura, she has an armbar as well, but she hasn't used it in months, and it's a running move. The Kimura locked in! Will Nancy Hurt have the wherewithal? No, she will not! Nancy Hurt forced to submit by way of Kimura. And the Blazing Dragons pick up the victory, bouncing back from their tag team championship loss over a month ago. Casey Watson and Nancy Hurt going to have to regroup. Not a loss to be ashamed of. Like I said, they are former tag champs. I mean, not tag champs. #1 contenders to the tag champs. Casey Watson and Nancy Hurt, relatively new team on the scene, certainly have room for growth, room for recovery, and room to bounce back up the rankings. Kimura lock, though, cinched in by Murasaki Ryu, able to force the submission over Nancy Hurt. Second submission of the night, yeah. But to be fair, Nancy Hurt is a super heavyweight, so her sub defense is like 60. For the most part, people don't tap out on the first sub. just the way I have my finisher sliders, the finisher damage. I don't tend to tap out in the first sub, unless it's an undercard match, because they're always on fast. But for the main cards, for the most part, unless it takes ages to actually get the sub off, they don't tap out straight away. I'd like to think, anyway. But up next, we will determine who challenges Alice Blake in tonight's co-main event. An interesting set of matchups here, picked by Brody Sampson in his first night in charge. Interesting fatal four-way match. Samantha Steele, who came oh so close to being Women's Undisputed Champion just a few days ago. That Superman punch, if that had connected, we could be seeing that. It could be Jade Divine in this spot, and Samantha Steele looking to see who she's defending against. If that Superman punch connected, she slightly missed, and that ended up coming back to haunt her. Hardest hitting competitor in the women's roster. She may be small. Samantha Steele may be about 5'2", but what she lacks in height, she makes up for in power inside the pocket. You do not want to be exchanging with Samantha Steele in close quarters, because if you get caught for one of those uppercuts, you'll be waking up looking at the ceiling, not knowing what's going on. Many people have been caught by the uppercut, and many people have been put down by the uppercut. Like I said, the winner of this match will be challenging for that Women's Hardcore Championship, tonight's co-main event, as voted by the CMV Universe. The Women's Hardcore title on the line tonight. It was a choice between the Hardcore title, Intercontinental, and Tag Team titles. I believe it was Samantha Steele, Brianna Violence, newcomer Solar Sung Ho, which was an interesting choice, and of course Willow Nightling, who actually tapped out the current champ inside Rage in a Cage with Willow's Revenge. One half of Quillo, of course, both members of Quillo, to the disdain of Riley Dixon, are in contenders matches tonight. Riley wasn't too happy to see Brody Sampson giving out contenders matches to a rival. This should be one hell of a match, though. Fatal four-way, first fall to a finish. Ferocity will one day leave Dublin. Was the theme a bit low? My bad. And next out, representing the establishment, 1/3 of the quote new regime set in place by the Ferocity general manager, who is now on break, Laura Sampson. Of course, two of them have contenders matches tonight, and the third one has a title match at TakeOver against Angelina Hawkins. Riley Dixon obviously earning that spot with a huge win over Jade Dynamite. A win that not really anybody expected. Could you imagine if Brianna Violence and Raiden Brooks pick up victory? If Brianna Violence wins this match and then wins the belt, and then Raiden Brooks wins her match, wins the belt, and Riley Dixon wins her match, could you imagine that? The establishment would take over. I'm sure people like Quinn, Dynamite, Cage. Yeah, I believe they did, Topher. And of course, last but not least, the underdog in this match for sure. Only had 5 matches in CMV, but she is unbeaten. 2-0 in tag action, 3-0 in singles. Solar Sung Ho, one half of Total Eclipse, the either North or South Korean. The one criticism so far of Solar Sung Ho is that her armbar submission takes what? I mean, it's been taken like 2 or 3 attempts to actually get the tap. I mean, it's been doing the job for her though. She has been picking up wins, but it's a risky style. As we head into our fatal 4-way match, Brianna Violence, discus big boot, Willow Nightling, the text message breakup. Solo Sung Ho, the running super kick / armbar. And then Samantha Steele, the Superman punch and spiraling uppercut. It's going to be Samantha Steele immediately going after Brianna Violence. Taking over that top rope as you would expect. Solo Sung Ho trying to work the arm. Forearm smash by Willow. Kick to the gut. Turns it into a Hurricane Rana. Oh, countered. I'm sure Alice Blake will be watching this one very closely to see who her opponent will be in tonight's co-main event. I'm not sure who she would prefer. Brianna going to have the size advantage. Sung Ho, if she would able to win, she would be unbeaten. She'd have the momentum. Willow has already tapped her inside the Rage in the Cage match. And then Samantha Steele, you know, like I said, hardest hitting competitor in the division. I don't know who Alice Blake would want out of these four. All four of them tough matchups. Catches the Dragon Rana attempt. Turns into a bit of snake eyes as Brianna Violence is thrown back onto that bottom rope, back into the ring by Samantha Steele. Looking to stomp on the arm. Sweeps the leg out from underneath Willow. Knee to the face. Yeah, we do see a lot of subs. But actually, who are our champs right now? Only two of the 3 singles champs have got subs, so it's not like subs dominate the playing field. Spinebuster by Brianna. Willow and Solar still going at it. And fair way into this matchup. Opponents haven't changed. Damn, went for a senton, but Samantha still counted. Well scouted. Knees to the back of Brianna Violence. Solar Sung Ho going to roll to the outside. They're going to team up on Samantha Steele. Chop block and a clothesline. A tweet here from the Russian Empress, who is the current Women's Intercontinental Champion, but in tonight's main event has the chance to challenge for the Women's Undisputed title at TakeOver, saying, so many women that I have to put down, what drag. I'm going to show when me against everyone is a sloth. Watch the sloth, the member of the 7 deadly sins. Oh, Samantha Steele with those combinations. Taking Brianna off her feet, and now Steele. Look at her do what she couldn't do this past Saturday. Oh no, Steele again. Steele keeps missing. That's twice in a row. Into the pin. 1. Only a 1 count. Willow Nightling now looking to take control. Recognizes that Samantha Steele is a threat to this match. Snapmare. But Samantha Steele quickly able to recover. And now it's Solar looking to go after Brianna. Snap suplex by Steele. Brianna with a couple of elbows to the midsection. Willow Nightling now on the outside. Russian leg sweep by Steele. Oh my god. This is a sight I don't want to be on the other end of. Brianna Violence on the top rope, changed her mind. But here comes that punch, but Brianna Violence breaks it up. Back into the corner once again. Trying to hit that Superman punch. I mean, she has the uppercut. I don't know why she's not using it. But Solar Sung Ho in big trouble. That electric chair German. Solar Sung Ho down in the center of the ring. And that launches Willow through the air. Just Samantha Steele and Brianna Violence standing. Brianna Violence looking to target Willow. Here comes that discus big boot. Willow could be out of it. Will Brianna Violence be heading to the co-main event? No, Steele able to break it up. And now Steele! The wind-up uppercut! Rolls her over. 1, 2! No, only a 2 count. Everyone's scared of Amber Vic. All from behind, sweeps her over. into the pin here is Solar. Only for the count of 2. Oh. Rest in peace me. That didn't move my controller. I was so into the match. Oh, Samantha Steele with that big old wiggly clothesline. Brody Sampson being the good GM he is, giving Alice Blake a chance to have a say in 2 out of the 4 competitors. I believe, what was it, Willow and Samantha Steele? Well, Samantha Steele coming so close to win that undisputed belt, and Willow giving Alice Blake a great fight. Oh, wait a minute. Willow looking for that text message breakup. The shin across the face of Samantha Steele. Willow doesn't go for the pin though. Recognizes the threat. Wait! Willow! 1, 2! No! Steele kicks out. After a hellacious battle with Jade Divine just a few days ago. Steele still able to kick out. Now Brianna into the pin, using the ropes as leverage. But Willow makes the save. Stomp to the lower back. Orbs is the owner of Alice Blake, the current women's hardcore champ. Sure, holds that belt with pride. Definitely, potentially a very tough challenger. Like I said, I'm not quite sure who who Alice Blake wants to win this match. Samantha Steele, like I said, hardest hitting competitor in the division. Solo Sung Ho unbeaten right now, and if she stays unbeaten here, she would have a lot of momentum going into that title match. And then Willow, of course, has given her a hard fight in the past, and Brianna Violence, one of the biggest competitors in the division. Interested to see who Alice Blake would rather. Nice shoulder block by Solar. Now throwing Samantha Steele into those steel steps. Oh, you see that? Oh, Alice Blake doesn't mind. Open to all comers. Fighting champ right there. Irish whip once again by Steele, driving Brianna Violence into the barricade. Brianna reverses. Nice back suplex. Steele flips out the suplex. And then a running bulldog. That was a nice little sequence by Steele and Violence. Just based off of names alone, Brianna Violence versus Victoria Extreme sounds like it would be one hard-hitting match. Victoria Extreme, of course, debuting after the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Oh, both Solar and Steele! There's the wind-up uppercut, and there's the armbar! Steele, you better get ready! Steele makes the save. Oh, wait! No, Steele missed it! No, what are you doing, Steele? Steele missed the stop! No! Steele stopped a little bit too short! And Solar Sung Ho picked up the submission! What an upset! Solar Sung Ho has had 5 matches in CMV. Brody Sampson said, look, let's mix it up. Let's give a newcomer a shot. No, I can't hear the bell. I haven't got any sound. But Solar Sung Ho. Well, this is going to be an interesting co-main event. Either an unbeaten streak has to come to an end or a title reign is cut short. Now, this co-main event's going to be interesting tonight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before we head into our third match or halfway through the show, I'm going to take a quick 5-minute intermission. Just need to get a drink real quick. You know, Topher, get your chicken tikka masala. Vic, grab a, I don't know what Canadians eat. Grab maple syrup waffle. I don't know. I'll be back in 5 minutes, just getting a drink. BRB, little intermission halfway through the show, you know, as you do. Topher. Innocent mind. Anyway, welcome back, people. I always do these intermissions, but you know, when you gotta get a drink, you gotta get a drink. But now on to our third match of the evening. One I've been looking forward to. Always enjoy a good Tiffany Razor match. I wonder if Tiffany's here in the chat. I don't know. Haven't seen her all stream. I mean, she normally pops in when her match starts. She has that rifted sense. I don't know what you're talking about, Sofa. Out first, though, former Women's Intercontinental Champion Davina Blair lost her rematch clause. This past weekend when she took on Angelina Hawkins in a losing fashion. Well, she's only actually had about 5 or 6 losses in CMV history. Most of them come at the hands of Amber Briggs, but recently she's been picking up external losses. She's lost to Amy Winters, Kristen Page, and now Angelina Hawkins. What time is it? Jesus Christ, almost 6 o'clock. I see, this is exactly what I said. I said Tiffany would pop in banging on that rifted sense. Those who don't know, Rifted owns Quantum, our resident time traveler. The time gimmick. Always seems to know when his matches are on. But here comes Tiffany Razor looking to bounce back with a colossal win following that close decision. In Rage in the Cage, she was one pinfall away from being the current Women's Hardcore Champion. In fact, I can confirm right now that Tiffany Razor will be one of the 40 competitors in the 40 Women's Royal Rumble match. How many is that confirmed now? Confirmed, we've got Riley confirmed, all the establishment members confirmed, Ali Cage confirmed, Dynamite confirmed, and now Tiffany confirmed. So what's that, like 6? 6 out of 40 confirmed. Not going to confirm them all. I'm not WWE. Jesus. I'm not WWE, spoiling the Rumble. It is going to take me hours, maybe even days, but for CMV, it's worth it. I would do that. I'll stream when I'm having a seizure and I'm losing control half my body. I'll be shaking on the microphone, but I'll still be here. My throat was bleeding last week when I lost my voice. Well, something in my mouth was bleeding. Coughed up a little bit of blood, but it was worth it. Tiffany Razor, though, as I've been mentioning, definitely one of the top prospects to come in this season. She was up for Newcomer of the Year, just edged out by Amy Winters. Why did that fade? Irish whip, though, by Tiffany Razor, driving Davina Blair into that near left corner. We'll drag Tiffany to the center of the ring. So far, so good for Blair. We've had some fantastic new signings, though. Just at the start of this season, at least. We had Tiffany, Alice Blake, Andy Jaden. So many new prospects. We've got some more coming in. I might have even missed some. But that's safe to say, this season, next season, is going to be a great year. Last year was great. I'm sure next year will just get better. Of course, we just essentially started the new calendar year for the Ferocity and Unmatched roster. TakeOver being the first, the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Then Ferocity, it will move on to Gridlock. Just before Implosion, there'll be 6 weeks between Takeover and Implosion. Gridlock will kind of be... Gridlock and Blood Rush will kind of be like... glorified specials, if you will. As Davina Blair looks to pick Tiffany Razor up to her feet. Nice German suplex. We're going to pick Tiffany Razor up to one knee. Tiffany Razor, though, I'd say this is one of the hardest matches in Tiffany's career so far. Up there with the Fury match. As far as singles matches go, Davina Blair has only lost to the best of the best. Amber Briggs, Angelina Hawkins, Kristen Page, and Amy Winters. I guess if she loses to Tiffany right here tonight, that would put Tiffany in that group. 3 of her losses actually come to Amber Briggs. Davina Blair on that second rope. Although many people lose to Amber Briggs, it's no shame. Oh, Tiffany Razor on point in this match, preventing Davina Blair from flying through the air. Should have taken the time to taunt. Back in the ring comes Blair, catches the head of Razor. Potentially be the coming out party for Tiffany Razor if she wins here tonight. Like I said, it would put her in an elite pile. I don't expect it'll be too long before Tiffany Razor can get right back in that Women's Hardcore Championship picture. I know that's the belt she wants to go for most, though. I imagine if she wins the Royal Rumble, she'll be much happier to take that main event of Implosion. Of course, this year, I haven't decided if Implosion will be 2 or 3 days, or 3 days or 2 days of a pre-show. But on the final day, we will have the dual main event, the winner of the Men's Royal Rumble versus the Undisputed Global Champion, and the winner of the Women's Rumble versus the Women's Undisputed Champion. Haven't decided which one will go on last yet. I guess the Royal Rumble winners / champions will determine that. Onto that top rope. Nice little Hurricane Rana by Davina Blair. Back and forth matchup though. Both of these competitors giving each other their all. Knee to the back. And now Davina Blair looking to taunt. Looking to let the crowd know she's in control, but you don't want to rile up Tiffany Razor. If you recall, when Tiffany debuted in CMV, she was rustling all those feathers. She was taunting people. She was taking cheap shots. She knows how to bend the rules and get away with it, so you really don't want to rile those feathers of Tiffany Razor's. Don't want to get under her skin, because Tiffany Razor's not afraid to bend the rules in her favor. Big knee to the face. Doesn't even take Tiffany off her feet. An amazing chin on the German born. Of course, for those who don't know, Tiffany Razor, born in Germany, a German orphan. You know what? I meant Russell. Gumball. Ruffle. Into the pin. Lateral press by Tiffany Razor into the pin, but off the count of 1. And Davina Blair able to kick out. Seems as if Tiffany Razor is starting to run away with this matchup, but there has been a back and forth. Knee to the side of the head. Causing concussion there. Dangerous move. Because that was actually banned for a while when Kristen Page... Was it Kristen Page's running knee? No, it was... Who's running knee was it? No, it was Ali Cage's running knee. Once again, Davina Blair looking to taunt the crowd. Show the crowd she's in control. The crowd always seem to be heavily behind Tiffany Razor. Certainly become a fan favorite in a short amount of time. She's only been in CMV for, what, 3 months? 4 months? Certainly starting to become a crowd favorite. Driving the knee into the spine of Tiffany Razor. Definitely a slow-paced matchup. Both of these... It's kind of a crossroads for both of these competitors. Davina Blair, with a win here tonight, would bounce right back from that loss to Angelina Hawkins and, you know, keep her 1 or 2 wins away from a title match. And if Tiffany Razor can win, that would put her in the elite as Tiffany Razor with that DDT. In vintage Razor fashion. You know how she likes to follow up with that Razor blade, but Davina Blair had her well scouted, look to get back in control here, into the pin, hooks that leg. Will it be enough to put Razor down? I sincerely doubt it. And Razor kicks out the count of 1. Now Davina Blair tying up that head, going for some elbows, but Tiffany going to slip through the legs, back to her feet, and regain control. Boot to the midsection by Tiffany. Tiffany up in the air for a powerbomb. That was nasty. Into the pin, but it's a rope break. Too close to the ropes. Poor ring awareness there, but Tiffany does not care at all as she scouts up Davina Blair. Looking for a Razor blade. Into the pin. 1, 2. Oh, a 2 count. Davina Blair able to kick out. You do not want Davina Blair to stay in the match for long. The longer the match goes on, the more it favors Davina Blair as she looks for that submission. Tiffany Razor on the top rope, looking to fly through the air. Goes for a Hurricane Rana, and it's caught. And then hung out to dry across that top rope by Davina Blair. So far, so good. Back and forth matchup. Like I said, slow pace. They both know what's on the line. Oh, a Pele kick by Blair. Catches Tiffany off guard. Tiffany got to watch out. You know what follows up that Pele kick? Normally, she's not going for it right now. Instead, going for the pin, which is only going to get herself a 2 count. Tiffany Razor has enough left in the tank to kick out, and relatively easily, I should say. Oh, but Davina Blair's not playing any games tonight. Here comes. Oh, no. Oh, no. The rear naked. That's clean under the chin. That is clean under the chin. Razor has been prone to submissions before, and I don't think anyone has ever escaped this submission by Davina Blair. Tiffany is going to have to fight. Oh, Tiffany with a couple of elbows, and now into the pin. Could you imagine? 1, 2. Oh, that would have been brilliant. And now Tiffany, look, she's getting mad. Backhand or a little elbow by Tiffany. A clothesline. Second clothesline. Ducks a clothesline by Tiffany. Flies for the air, flying clotheslines. Looking to pick Davina up. Tiffany annoyed now. She's felt that submission. She doesn't want to feel it again. Drives the face of Davina Blair into the pin. Not into the pin, into the mat. I thought she was going to go for the pin. Instead, looks to pick Davina up. Davina could be in trouble. Neck breaker. Yeah, Alice Blake certainly came out of nowhere on predictions. I think one person predicted Blake to win that match. But now Tiffany again with a second razor blade trying to put the nail in the coffin. Davina Blair is one of the more resilient superstars, but this could well be enough. 2 razor blades. I don't think anyone's ever kicked out of 3, and we might get a chance to see it, because it might take 3 to put down Davina Blair, who looks to work the shoulder of Tiffany Razor. Now, Orbs isn't on the side. Orbs didn't do predictions. Oh, kick to the midsection. Tiffany off the ropes. Maybe looking for a spike Hurricane Rana. Driving the head of Davina Blair into the mat. Tiffany needs to make sure she doesn't get put in that choke again. That is a big risk. Snapmare by Tiffany Razor. I think it was Aaron, actually. Knee to the back. Driving that knee into the spine of Alice. I'm thinking of Alice Blake. Into the spine of Davina Blair. Really doing some damage. Potentially cutting off the oxygen flow to the brain with that choke. Cross-arm choke. It's the pin is Davina Blair, thinking she's done enough with that snapmare, but still only a 2 count. Yeah, prediction winner matches are next week, because I had a lot of matches booked. Next week, I can't remember. I have to check what they are. Eye rake by Davina Blair. Speaking of bending the rules, Davina Blair certainly looking for a way to do so. Oh! Razor again! Drives the head of Blair into the mat. Into the pin. Blair in big, big trouble. 1, 2. Oh, 2 count. That was so that's the closest you're going to get to a count of 3. Tiffany Razor is thinking, what in the hell have I got to do right now? If Davina Blair kicks out of this, I'm going to shoot myself in the face, because that would be ridiculous. Davina Blair on the shoulders. Another razor blade for the 3rd time. Oh, that's close to the ropes. Rope break! Rope break! Razor coming so close, but a rope break. I don't even know if that was under the ropes. That looked close. And the ref actually causing a separation, perhaps believing there was a concussion there. Nah, it wasn't a kick out, it was a rope break. Davina Blair thinking, oh my god. She got lucky there. Poor placement by Tiffany. Now Blair has a chance to come back. Like I said, the longer this match goes on, it's better for Davina Blair. She could just lock in that choke at any time and pick up the victory. Knee to the back. Tiffany able to slip away, get back to her feet. Catches Davina Blair nicely. Oh! Into the pin! But another rope break. No! Second one for Tiffany. Blair playing it very smart, rolling to the... Oh my god, if Tiffany flies from the top. Tiffany with the top rope! Elbow drop! Davina Blair thought she was safe rolling to the outside, but Tiffany Razor is not afraid to put it all on the line. This is what I mean when I said she's one of the top prospects. Tiffany picking Blair right back up. Has the underhooks. Driving Blair face first into the mat. If I were Tiffany, I'd drag Blair away from the ropes. What, are you not going for a pin? Uppercut by Blair. Oh, I think Blair has a finisher. Tiffany can't allow Blair to lock in that submission again. Hooks the leg. Doesn't hook the leg. Lateral press this time. Oh, what? The ref blows the X. Oh, Tiffany wants Davina on her feet. Davina starting to get up. Starting to stir. Goes for a scoop slam. Tiffany reverses. I think that was a finisher reversal. Back suplex. Oh, it was! Tiffany. Oh, my God. Oh, no, Blair now! Blair with a reversal this match. These two trying to steal the show. Blair with a chop! Tiffany on the outside. Blair looking to put it on the line. Off the ropes. Through the middle rope. Connects with a forearm. These two trying to steal match of the night. Oh, my God. Davina Blair looking to do what Tiffany did. Looking to fly! That knee across the midsection from the top. Both of these competitors put on the line. Oh, that drop toe hold. Tiffany's face colliding with a hard surface. These two trying to steal the show tonight. Match of the night so far. What a performance by both of these competitors. Don't take anything away. Tiffany. Oh my God. Tiffany with a Kinshasa. Oh my God. Davina Blair head hit the steel. Davina's head hit the steel. We already had the ref stop this from a concussion earlier. Tiffany senses the end. Rolling Davina Blair under that bottom rope. She knows the end is nigh. Now snapmare by Tiffany Razor. Oh! Blair with an elbow. Catches Tiffany off guard. Arm drag off the wheelbarrow. Into the pin on Tiffany. Blair trying to steal it. This has been all Tiffany. Only for the count of two. This is not the title match. This is our third match of the main card. And damn, has it been a good one. Irish whip. Tiffany Razor face first. That top rope. Elbow to the face though by Tiffany. Elbow to the face again. Boot to the midsection. Tiffany! Underhooks are locked in. Davina Blair once again face first. Tiffany again doesn't go for the pin. Oh, Tiffany slapping herself in the face, getting herself pumped up. Fisherman's neck breaker. Crawling into the pin, senses the rope break, pulls the leg away from it. 2, 3. Why did it fade again? Tiffany Razor. Getting the free count out of what might be a match of the night contender. Early contender for match of the year. What a performance. Nothing to take away from both of these competitors. But like I said, that match right there, that win for Tiffany puts her up there with the elite. Only the elite have beaten Davina Blair and nobody has ever escaped that submission. Tiffany certainly made it a point to work on her submission defense following that loss to Angelina Hawkins. Go, a big Tiffany Razor fan. The crowd behind Tiffany. The crowd definitely going to be backing Tiffany in the Royal Rumble, I imagine. The Undertaker comes out and chokeslams Tiffany Razor. What a match. And now up next, the proclaimed second coming of Christ in this women's division, at least as stated by the women's, well, the Ferocity general manager, Laura Sampson. Looks to take on this compare. Of course, Ryder Dixon was bragging about being the first person to submit Dynamite clean. on pay-per-view this past weekend. Submission that code of silence. So the now interim Ferocity general manager Brody Sampson was like, all right, you're going to brag about beating Dynamite? Let's put you against the first person to ever beat Dynamite 2 years ago at Unchained. Tonight, Lex and Damjon going one-on-one with Riley Dixon. This could be a hard matchup for Dixon. Certainly not a favorable one. Lex and Damjon, a hard-hitting striker from Sweden. Technically former women's undisputed champ. Former women's hardcore champ. Close to being a Triple Crown. Wants to get to that Intercontinental champ. Should be the first Triple Crown champion in the women's division. Never had one yet. Who's the closest? Fury, Cassidy, and Damjon are probably the closest to being Triple Crowns. I might be missing somebody. Briggs. Briggs needs the IC. Damjon needs the IC. Fury and Cassidy need the hardcore. But of course, here comes Riley Dixon. We'll be having a Women's Intercontinental Championship match at TakeOver. Came third this year behind Tiffany Razor and Kristen Page for Attire of the Year. Attire of the Year was very close. Kristen came first. Tiffany was second by 1 vote. And Riley was third. Only 2 votes behind Kristen and 1 vote behind Tiffany. Then fourth was Quinn. I think Quinn was only like a vote behind Riley as well. It was very close for Attire of the Year. Riley Dixon, though, coming off the biggest win her career, would hate to lose. And lose all that momentum right now to Lex and Damjon. So here we go. Bell has been rung. Oh, Dixon! Immediately to the outside. Of course, this match is no holds barred. Dixon immediately looking to take advantage of that stipulation. Lex and Damjon saying no. Of course, Lex and Damjon are former women's hardcore champ. Be Rose punished for the belt and then went on to lose the belt to Ali Cage, who then lost the belt to Amber Briggs. Amber Briggs, I believe, won Vixen of the Year and Match of the Year this year. Held that women's hardcore championship for what, 4.5 months? Definitely the longest reigning women's hardcore champion. Tied the most defenses in the history of the women's division with 7. Tied with Jade Dynamite. Working the shoulder of Lex and Damjon here tonight. Irish whip, Damjon into the ropes. Sweden versus USA right here. Nice, beautiful German. Riley Dixon looking to pick Damjon up onto one knee. Couple of overhand rights by Riley. Oh, that was a nasty forearm. Riley in the corner. Up on that second rope. Just watching her down, Damjon. As always, Riley Dixon, arguably the cockiest competitor in the women's division. It's rare we see a Riley Dixon match without at least 55 million taunts. Oh, and now Damjon looking to fire back. Mocking Riley. Oh, now both of them over the top rope. Eliminated from the Royal Rumble right there. Of course, knowing Laura Sampson, I bet she's made sure to give the establishment very favorable numbers in the Royal Rumble match. I wouldn't be surprised to see some foul play going on there. Oh, well, that is the establishment. There's always going to be a bit of foul play. Nice takedown by Lex and Damjon, dropping some bombers from side control on Tiffany Razor. Lex and Damjon, not Tiffany. Why am I saying Tiffany? Irish whip. There goes Riley into the ring under that bottom rope. Lex and Damjon following her in, rolling her over. We're going to see a galvanized enemy. It's been a while since we've seen Damson hit that. Only for the count of 1 here. Oh, a knee across the face. And again and again and again. Damson, like I said, a hard-hitting striker. Got some nasty knees, nasty clotheslines. Does hit quite hard. No, her combinations are hard. But she kind of does damage through duration, while Steel does like 1 hit damage. I mean, after that match of the night, Tiffany, how can it not be? I'll be at work tonight. You know, all the customers will come in, and I'll say, "Did you see that Tiffany Razor match?" Ducks underneath. Beautiful takedown here by Damjon. Knee to the midsection. Kick to the gut. Oh, kick to the midsection again. And again. Launches Riley Dixon across the ring. This would be one hell of a leap. No way she makes that. Didn't expect it. Lands knee first into the mat. A good foot away from Riley. They're going to pick Riley right up to her feet, though. Riley could be still dazed and confused. Damjon catches her. Slams her into the mat. Nice power slam by the Ripped Queen. But Riley on one knee, punch to the midsection, back up to her feet. Irish whip by Damjon. Damjon surprisingly taking the advantage. Again with that knee. Into the pin here, and not even for the count of 1. Definitely been a slow-paced match. From Riley's perspective, it's been a slow-paced match. She's normally quick out of the gates, firing on all cylinders. Looking for that submission. Foot over DDT. Countered again by Damjon. Definitely done her homework. Damjon looking to manipulate those joints. And for a scoop slam. Riley Dixon on the shoulders of Damjon. Charged her into the corner. And then a running power slam out of the corner. Over the top rope onto the apron. Springboard splash. This has been all Damjon. Could you imagine if Riley Dixon lost off that huge win this past weekend? Only for the count of 1 again. Kick to the back of Riley. Like I said, you can't allow that code of silence to be locked in at any point. That can end the match. Especially when it follows that rocket boot. Right, you saw it. Rage in the cage. It was back and forth between Dynamite and Riley. They were both taking each other's finishes, and then Riley was like, I've had enough. And went for that code of silence and forced Jade Dynamite to tap. One of the most shocking finishes in CMV history. Off the top rope she goes. Oh, what? What an unorthodox reversal by Damjon. Just forward rolls out the way. Another knee strike. You're loving the utilization of the knees here by Damjon. Still a slow-paced matchup. As now we have Damjon on that second rope. Looking to fly. Oh, and now it's Riley. I think Riley got caught. Looking to pick Riley up. This has been all Damjon. I'm so surprised how dominant Damjon's been over Riley Dixon. We're going to set Riley up on that top rope. Riley could be in a precarious position. Damjon looking to follow her up. Oh my god. Oh, that hang... Oh, what's it called? Oh, the hangman something. Fuck, I don't know bloody... What's his name's finisher? I'm dumb. Hangman's noose, I think? I don't know. Kick to the thigh. Still a slow-paced match. Really working each other out. Both of these two hard puzzles to figure out. Oh, wait. There's that rocket kick. To the side of the head. Oh, went for the wheelbarrow neck breaker, but Damjon reversed it. Targets the shoulder. Overhand right. Now Riley reverses. Oh, Riley! Code of silence! This is where Damjon's going to be tested. Riley Dixon, who has been on the receiving end of a beating, turns it around. Angelina Hawkins is going to have to be on her A game next Sunday at TakeOver. She's going to just simply lock in that figure 4. And before Riley can lock in that code of silence, is who's going to hit it first. Both of them deadly. Tonight it was Riley, though, picking up the victory over Lexington Damgen. A huge comeback. That rocket kick was the turnaround. I literally haven't eaten all day. Oh, Gumball, are you ready? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Oh, don't make me hungry. I haven't eaten all day. Oh. I literally haven't eaten. I woke up to go to work yesterday about 5 p.m., 4 p.m. I've been awake since. But look at that code of silence. Riley Dixon picking up the victory. Momentum in her favor ahead of this, well, next weekend's event. TakeOver, the Women's Intercontinental Championship on the line. But speaking of championships, up next, Danger Close, Ali Cage and Jay Dynamite been forced into this match by the interim general manager Brody Sampson, with the estimation that the tag champs will be simply too much for Danger Close. Tag team debut here for the former Women's Hardcore Champ, former Women's Undisputed Champ. New attires here, these new t-shirts. I'd buy one right now. Light the fuse and become uncaged there on the back of the trunks. How will they fare against the current CMV Women's Tag Team Champs? Now, they are still the Women's Tag Team Champs after a double count out against Fury and Cassie. And we know Fury and Cassie were furious about that. They felt it was cheap. I'm sure, you know, this next month they were rallying for a no DQ stipulation. No cheap way out the title match this next month for TakeOver as the Women's Tag Team Champions begin to make their way down the ramp. Ali Cage and Jay Dynamite waiting in the ring, prepared for this highly anticipated Tag Team Championship, well, non-title matchup. Warsaw Pact on the way down the ramp now. Can't wait for this match. I mean, if they're able to retain, this could one day be for the belts. As they make their way down the ramp, looking to kick things off in our tertiary man. Fury and Cassie! Fury and Cassie from behind! The referee's pushing them away. These two got to get in the ring ready. They're crawling back into the ring, crawling into their corner. Looking to get ready for this match. Cage is ready. Looks as if Kublinska's shaking off the cobwebs ahead of our tertiary main event. But Bad Company getting a jab in ahead of TakeOver. And I'm sure the establishment or Brody Sampson will not be happy with that. Bad Company coming in there and laying the smackdown on the current Women's Tag Team Champs. Definitely giving it an easy road for Danger Close here. Ali Cage with a right hook to... Oh, look! Kalanko helping out a tag team partner. This is why they're tag team champs. Ali Cage happy to fight off both of them. Super kick to the midsection of Kalanko, sending Koblinska into the steel ring post. Ali Cage, face of the year. Dynamite was one vote behind. It could have been both members of Danger Close winning face of the year. Match of the year also. Koblinska, I'm sure, wouldn't be upset with another count-out victory. Would be the first time. Going for that cheap retain after the pre-match attack. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't put it against him. Oh, feeling confident. Bringing it back into the ring. And Angelica Koblinska going to that top rope. Bad Company have certainly given Danger Close a solid opportunity to win here tonight. Big splash. I would be looking for... Will that include Amber Briggs, Vic? Irish Whip, maybe looking to tag out now to Clara Kalanko. Big boot to the face though by Ali Cage. Tiger suplex. Tries to get the hot tag. Cage doesn't allow it. Looking to drag Koblinska away from the ropes. Working the arm. Interesting decision. I don't think either of them have arm submission moves. Yeah, 6 months of this in October. Ali Cage looking for that tag. Out to Jade Dynamite, and here it is. The tag. It's been released in November before. Oh! Oh! That super kick and the knee to the face. Dynamite into the pin. Ali Cage stops Kalanko. And a count of 3. Danger Close. With help from that pre-match attack from Bad Company. Put down the women's tag team champs in quick fashion. Bad Company getting one over. The current women's tag team champs ahead of their title rematch. And great teamwork from Cage and Dynamite to prevent the pin breakup. Danger Close tag team debut. Huge win for Dynamite and Ali Cage. But now, ladies and gentlemen, co-main event, Women's Hardcore Championship on the line. Alice Blake, as voted by the CMV Universe, will be making her first defense against a surprising contender, to say the least. What's the gimmick, Tiffany? I'm sure the creative peeps in our chat can give you a hand. First out, the contender beating away through 3 other potential challengers earlier on tonight. Solar Sung Ho, representing South. It is South Korea. It's either South or North. Representing a part of Korea. Unbeaten, but did have to go through a grueling matchup earlier tonight. Has the momentum going into this match, but also has the injuries fared earlier tonight. I believe she did get hit by a big boot by Brianna. This is going to be one hell of a co-main event. Women's Hardcore Championship up for grabs. Could you imagine if Solar Sung Ho won the belt in just her 6th match, or 7th match now? Unbeaten. As we await the arrival of Alice Blake, the newly crowned Women's Hardcore Champion. Won the briefcase literally this past week. Well, briefcase. Won the belt this past weekend. As here she comes, making it down the ramp. Belt just looking fantastic around her waist. Certainly was an upset. Not many people expected Blake to come in. Short notice. And win the belt. Although much like Blake, I think Blake had won 7 matches in a row before she took her first loss. Will the same happen to Solar Sung Ho tonight? We know Amber Briggs will be getting her rematch at TakeOver. It doesn't matter who the champ is, be it Solar Sung Ho or be it Alice Blake. CMV Women's Hardcore Championship. There has only been 5 champions in the history of the belt. Ali Cage, the 5th champion. Amber Amber Briggs with a tweet saying, Thief, of course, Alice Blake stole this win in the final 2 minutes of the match with a triangle choke to Tiffany, of all people. Cool, calm, and collected. But Alice Blake here, you saw Solo Sung Ho letting off a roar. Alice Blake, though, looking cool, calm, and collected. No sweat on the forehead of the champ. No fear. Many people say you're not a true champion until you've defended the belt. Well, Alice Blake looking to ensure that she is a true champion in the minds of the many. Welcome to the stream, 702. Oh, that is a match I can't wait for. All this heat. Alice Blake, Amber Briggs. If Alice Blake's able to retain here tonight. Can't count out Solo Sung Ho, though. Just starts off the match strong with a tornado DDT kick to the midsection. Of course, this being a hardcore title match will be Extreme Rules. Can't just have a standard singles match for the hardcore title. Imagine that. That would flip the world upside down. Running Bulldog by Blake on the outside. Interesting to see how Blake gets extreme. She didn't really use the cell. Didn't really use many weapons inside Rage in a Cage. Doesn't have the usual intensity that a hardcore champion has. Not that that's a bad thing. Evidently, she is very skilled, able to overcome 5 of the top competitors to become champ. Interested to see if she's the kind of hardcore champ that really utilizes the hardcore ruling. Although it can be good mind games to not actually use the hardcore stipulation. You know, people come into the match, people prepared to be hit in the face by steel chairs, hit in the face by kendo sticks. Only for them not to come. It messes with your mind. Alice Blake taking this match back into the ring, stops to the back of the leg, slamming the back of the head of Solo Sung Ho down to the mat. Now looking to work the arm, take a page out of Sola's book. Of course, Alice Blake does have a submission of her own. She rarely uses it, that triangle choke. Could come down to who has the best submission defense. Nice clothesline by Solo Sung Ho. Looking to go once again to the outside. Utilize that Extreme Rules stipulation. Get a weapon out from underneath. What's she going for? Alice Blake still seated in the ring. Oh, a table coming into play. Would not mind a table spot in this match. Elbow to the face by Sola. Slight height advantage. Not too much. Maybe an inch. Oh, good flip there by Alice Blake. Able to escape the German. Kick to the thigh. Sends Solo Sung Ho straight down. This would be quite the leap by Blake. Blake looking to fly. Wants Solo Sung Ho on her feet. Solo Sung Ho obliges. DDT by Alice Blake. Not many people hit that move. Pure technician. You can tell she's practiced that one in the training ground. Knee to the midsection. Turns into a beautiful Hurricane Rana right across the table. If only that table was standing. Already taunting Alice Blake. Certainly feeling confident. We saw how cool, calm, and collected she was at the start of this match. Don't want to overlook your opponent, though. That has been the downfall of champions in the past. Beautiful dragon suplex. Oh, into the pin early. One. Only a 1 count over Sola. Oh, Alice Blake. You will be the GOAT if you use that table. Don't test me. Punch to the midsection. Reversal by Blake. Boot to the back of the leg. Super kick to the gut. Sola reverses. Now forearm to the back by Blake. Flashback. Alice Blake looking to show off some of that athleticism. Nice moonsault. Beautiful execution. Into the pin once more by Alice Blake. Almost getting a 2 count. Good resiliency here by Solo Sung Ho, considering she already competed in a match earlier tonight. He'd take a big move from Brianna Violence. Looking to pick Sola up. Sola, though, jawbreaker by 1/2 of Total Eclipse. Getting back fist. Beautiful connection. Overhand right. These two trading blows. Alice Blake once again looking to pick Solo Sung Ho up to her feet. Oh! Into the table. Drop kick through the table. And there's that hardcore stipulation coming into play. Running Bulldog. Right onto the broken pieces of the table. Blake maniacal with that table. Really being creative with the broken shards of the table. A bulldog onto the splintered wood. Could have went to the eyes. Oh, now this is vintage Blake. Beat Dawn Brown with this move. That forearm across the dome. Could well have knocked her out cold. Blake doesn't want to risk the kick out, though. Immediately picks her up. Oh, Blake was going for something. Solar countered it, turned it into a cheeky German. This match trying to take match of the night from that Tiffany match earlier on. Certainly a faster pace. Goes for a scoop slam. Alice Blake slips free, pushes Solar into the ropes. Higher stakes, 2 back suplex into the pin. Alice Blake confident she can get this match done with. There's the 2 count. Could it be the 3? No. Only a count 2. Overhand right by Blake. Russian leg sweep by the current women's hardcore champ. Again, taunting, really feeling confident. Looking to take away that O in the record of Solar Sung Ho. Putting her in the far right corner, and you know what that means. Alice Blake looking to spread the Blake factor into the pin. Could we see the retain? 2! No, only a 2 count. That was close, but not quite the crest. I don't know how that phrase goes. Not quite the crest. I don't know. The crest on the sandwich. Gumball, help me. Neck breaker by Solar Sung Ho. Did I just completely make that up? Oh. Now Solar! Blake needs to watch out. Solar from behind. Knee to the face. Clothesline. Into the pin on Alice Blake. Will that be enough to get a 2 count? Just barely Blake able to kick out. Exposed table. Oh, remember what I said about submission defense? Here's where it's going to come into play. The armbar. Can't quite reach the ropes, but it is Extreme Rules. No rope breaks. Come on, Blake. Let's see your submission defense. Blake, that is deep. That is deep. Blake. Oh, I think Blake escaped. Able to snap away, able to loosen the grip, and now turns into a pin. Only for the 2 count. Great submission defense by the current women's hardcore champ, who now has Solar up on her shoulder. Solar slips free, reverse DDT. A kick to the back by Solar Sung Ho. Oh my god, another table. Another table. One table wasn't enough, apparently. Forearm smash by Blake. Goes for a roundhouse and receives a wheel kick in return. Blake playing it smart, rolling to the outside. Now it's Solar Sung Ho's turn to taunt. Looking to set up that table. Oh my god. Oh, tried to throw it on Blake. Irish whip by Blake. Where is she going to send Solar Sung Ho into the far right corner? Could it be another one? No. Going to put Solar Sung Ho up on that top rope. What could Alice Blake be looking for here? Looking for some more innovative offense. Oh! Backbreaker across the turnbuckle pad. Trying to cripple the spine of Solar Sung Ho. Anything to retain. But only a 2 count. Certainly a back and forth matchup so far as we come to the 2-hour mark of tonight's show. Kick to the midsection. Alice Blake off the ropes. Spike Hurricane Rana to the challenger. Now it's stop to the lower back. Alice Blake looking to go to the top, looking to go high risk. Certainly reachable. Once again, wants Solar Sung Ho on her feet. Once again, oh, misses this time. Allows Solar Sung Ho to turn this around. Taunting the crowd, taunting the downed Alice Blake. Maybe feeling momentum swaying her way. Looking to follow Alice Blake to the outside. Blake's ready for her though. Drop kick. Back and forth this match goes. Irish whip now by Alice Blake. Sends Solar Sung Ho under that bottom rope into the ring. Going to roll her over now. Hook the leg. Alice Blake looking for the count of 3. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. What is it going to take here? Now going for some elbows straight to the forehead. of Solar Sung-ho, but Solar going to slip through the legs. These two continue to go back and forth. I can't really say who's had more control. Solar continues to work the arm. She locks in that submission again, and we could be seeing game over for Alice Blake, and her tight reign could come to a very short end. Backslide driver by the challenger. Doesn't hook the leg, doesn't go for the pin. Instead, looks to go to the top rope. Very slow, gingerly. Running out of stamina at this point. Wants Alice Blake on her feet. Oh, what a catch! Blake! That reversal was clutch. Into the pin by Blake. Only a 2 count. Alice Blake, kick to the back. Solar Sung-ho sidesteps back to her feet. Goes for a cheeky German. Reversal by Blake, forearm to the back. Turns her around, Irish whip. Putting Solar Sung-ho in that near right corner. All could have been going for the Blake factor there. Solar Sung-ho didn't allow it. Kick to the thigh again. Kick to the midsection. DDT by Blake. Blake now off the ropes. Big knee drop. Could well have knocked Solar Sung-ho out unconscious. Thinking she's done it. 1, 2. Oh! Blake! Damn, that knee must have done some damage. Because Alice Blake retains. Off of that knee drop. What a match in the tonight's co-main event. But Solar Sung-ho losing that unbeaten streak. And Alice Blake remaining the women's hardcore champion. And she will indeed get her rematch with Amber Briggs next Sunday at TakeOver. Boy, what a match that can be. Here's a sneak peek at next week's poll. What will the stipulation be for the women's hardcore championship match? Will it be cage? Will it be TLC? Or will it be tables? That is the vote. That'll be in the poll next week when the match card goes live. But Alice Blake retains tonight, and still the women's hardcore champion. GG to Solar Sung-ho, but tonight was the night of Alice Blake. The reign continues as she marches into TakeOver, women's hardcore champion. But now it's time for us to march into the main event. This is indeed an E-Fed. I am Jack Bandit. Welcome to CMV. This is the all-female show. We have 4 shows. I run Unmatched and Ferocity. Dashing DJ Yuri on Twitch runs Fusion and Genesis and the Developmental Territory NGW. Make sure to follow. Someone can post the links. It's exclamation mark core Bateman. Come on. But now, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. I know what time it is. Orbs with that disrespect towards Amber Briggs. Of course, this match up next to determine the #1 contender for the CMV Women's Undisputed Championship. Jade Divine does not have a challenger to TakeOver. Brody Sampson, the interim Ferocity general manager, the brother of Laura Sampson, has come up with 6 challengers who he believes is worthy. Of course, Brody Sampson was left 2 messages by Laura Sampson. Make sure danger close. Don't walk into the Rumble with momentum. And keep the establishment strong. Of course, Riley Dixon has a title shot. Brand of Violence lost her contenders match. And Raven Brooks has a chance here tonight. First out, Angelina Hawkins. Could you imagine if Angelina Hawkins wins this match? She submitted Divine last week. Oh. Third message. Wait, what? But it was a message to Brody. Brody's got to keep his legs closed. Could you imagine if Angelina Hawkins won this match and then won the Women's Undisputed Championship? She'd be the first person in the history of the women's division to be a dual champion. She did submit Jade Divine just this past week in a tag team match. I believe out second. Marty, get ready to sing! Everyone who sings gets a free cookie. Can't stop. I can't sing. My voice when I go high pitched is still gone. It says sloth. She is the sloth of the 7 deadly sins. Megan Cooper, former, well, technically 3-time Women's Undisputed Champion. First actual Undisputed Champion, former 2-time Women's Champion. Could you imagine? Megan Cooper was the one who took the belt from Divine. If she wins this match, she would have another chance just 1 year later from her first defense. Megan Cooper certainly one of the powerhouses in this match. Going to point up to the skybox, pay homage to Cole Savage. We're gonna win big. The fucking got Iron Maiden of Connecticut. Richard Wilson. Then Cooper. Wilson's ginger and thicker than a Snickers and has a really big chubby face. Third out. The one who actually The one who actually won the last ever mini Women's Rumble. Quinn Bell. Last year she eliminated 4 out of 5 competitors to main event implosion. This is essentially the same thing, paying homage to the Rumbles of old. Quinn could replicate what happened last year and have a title shot, the rematch that she never got. Riley Dixon was very unhappy to see Quinn given this opportunity, but Brody Sampson said, look, I don't really care about you, Riley. I'm not here for you. I'm here to put on good matches and do what Laura Sampson wants. And I guess with Quinn's rematch out of the picture, Quinn wasn't really on the radar of Laura. Quinn, but I think on paper, just because she's won a mini Rumble before, has to be the favorite. Like, if we were doing predictions and you told me to bet $1 million, I'm betting on Quinn. Of course, speaking of the powerhouse of this match, I said Cooper was, but for sure don't count out Raiden Brooks. Ripping up the establishment. In fact, now that I think about it, everyone, at least so far in this match, has issues with Sushi. Well, Jade Divine. Megan Cooper, of course, beat Divine for the belt. Would love to have another chance 1 year away. 1 year from her first defense. Angelina Hawkins submitted Divine last week. Quinn, of course, lost her first reign to Divine. Lost her second reign to Divine. Never got a rematch. Raiden Brooks, of course, had her 10-match winning streak ended an implosion last year at the hands of Jade Divine. I suppose Emily doesn't really have much in common with Divine, apart from the fact they're both high flyers. And Gibson and Divine have actually never fought. Neither is Emily and Divine. Here comes the now singular member of No Morality. I guess she's not a member of No Morality. Sola Sung Ho. 1/2 of Total Eclipse. Emily repping up, well, Canada. Pull my mic out there. Look, Vic, you're Canadian. You gotta be rooting for Emily here. Of course, last but not least, a former Women's Undisputed Champion, won the belt at Implosion 2 years ago, lost it at Redemption Road to a Dirty Diana. Sophia Gibson getting a chance to once again challenge for the belt. Thank you, Mr. and Miss Extreme. I appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you stayed until the end. I'm not sure what the viewership is for this, so I'm on my phone. So for how many views are in here? I can't imagine it's more than like 8, because I went live so early. Yeah, sure thing, Vic. Probably change it after the Rumble. Oh, 14 are in here. That's nice. That's a pleasant surprise. But here we go. Da! What? Emily just eliminated Cooper! Straight out the gate! Emily threw Cooper over the top rope! And now Hawkins going for Quinn. Straight out the gate, Emily threw Cooper over the top. Cooper just wanted that title shot so bad. Emily just threw over the top. Oh yeah, my screen faded here. Because obviously I don't like to watch the matches, so I was looking away. If this was actually a Rumble, that would have broke the record for the quickest time. And now Quinn trying to eliminate Emily. Hawkins trying to help. And there goes the Canadian. And we are down to 4. Gibson, Hawkins, Quinn, and Raiden. Hawkins trying to work the legs. I don't know if that's a great strategy in a mini Rumble. Quinn in the corner. Oh, Raiden may have just saved Quinn there. Raiden now looking to eliminate Hawkins. Looking to bring it to the final 3. Damn, this has been quick. Oh, Hawkins falls. Trying to eliminate. Oh, discus fall. Oh! No, we're down to 3. Damn, this has been quick. This main event. So it's going to be Quinn, Gibson, or Raiden Brooks who challenge Jade Divine. All 3 of these would be good matchups. Quinn never getting a rematch against Divine. Gibson a first time matchup, and Raiden getting a rematch from Implosion last year. Oh, Raiden tried to eliminate Gibson. Gibson reverses. Who's got the most eliminations in this? Emily got 1. Quinn got 1, and Raiden got 1. Balanced here. Well, apart from Gibson. Hawkins technically got 1 because she helped Quinn. Damn. Have a little faith, go. Gibson working these combinations on Raiden. I would team up on Raiden, I think. If I was Quinn and Gibson, I would take out the powerhouse. Raiden playing smart. Well onto the apron, not allowing the other two to beat each other up. Nice super kick. The Quinn bell. Irish whip now. Looking to send Quinn in that far right corner. Could Quinn be next eliminated? Quinn able to get out of the corner. Slamming the back of the head into the mat. Goes for a scoop slam. Raiden Brooks in a slip free. Reverse DDT to Gibson. Welcome to the stream, Solar Boy Django. You've got the same name as one of the callers who we had in action earlier on tonight. Kick to the midsection. I think she's only actually been beaten once. Got submitted by Hawkins. Raiden Brooks taking Gibson for a ride here. This is our main event to determine who challenges Jade Divine in the tertiary main event of TakeOver. In fact, the card can actually be posted after this show, but I'm not going to post it till next week. Gibson taunting on the other side of the ring. Quinn with a drop kick, driving the heel into the side of the head of Raiden Brooks. Raiden again playing it smart. Jawbreaker by Quinn. I think I would love to see a Quinn rematch. Like I said, Quinn, I've always been negative towards Quinn throughout her reign. I thought she was cheap. I thought she was dirty. But I'll give her this. She did get screwed. And I feel like she does deserve a rematch. But Gibson looking to take that rematch away from her. Gibson! Oh, and Quinn! And we are down to the final two. Will it be Raiden Brooks looking to get redemption for last year's implosion? Or will it be Quinn Bell looking to get redemption for both times she's lost the belt? Raiden Brooks scouting up Quinn. This isn't the best use of a finisher, though. If anything, it just makes the opponent more dead weight. Raiden Brooks looking for shell-shocked. Driving Quinn into the mat. Raiden Brooks has Quinn by the head. Quinn in the corner. Oh, reversal by Quinn. Kick to the midsection by Raiden. Knee across the midsection. It's core. Alright, boot to the midsection by Raiden. These final two are going at it here. Of course, both of them want to get that title match. Both of them feel as if they can become champ. The establishment would be elated if Raiden could win here. And, of course, Willow would love to get back in the title picture. Oh, vintage! Oh, no, I thought that was going to be the Chimeraplex. Instead, just a standard German. Oh, no. Raiden has Quinn! Quinn! Raiden Brooks! We'll be looking to get redemption for last year's implosion. Challenging Divine in the tertiary main event of TakeOver. Raiden Brooks get her first title shot in CMV history and a chance to redeem herself against Jade Divine. Damn, that means Raiden Brooks is going to be pulling double duty at TakeOver. She's already confirmed for the Rumble. I imagine, it's not confirmed, but I would imagine everyone else in this match is also confirmed. None of them have gone out of their way to confirm it. But, ladies and gentlemen, as always, this has been your boy, Mr. Nashtastic. I'm so tired, and I've got a work shift after this. I'm dead. I might try and get the unmatched card out before I die. I might sleep for a few hours. I don't know. We'll see. I can get like 2 hours sleep. But as always, this has been Mr. Nashtastic with episode 52 of Ferocity. Episode 346 as a whole. Next Sunday is Takeover. Next Tuesday is Unmatched. Next Wednesday is Ferocity. Thank you, Mr. and Miss Extreme. Thank you, Bateman. Appreciate all the viewers. Appreciate all the love. Now I'm going to go pass out for 2 hours before work. I will see you later. Oof, my voice. I will see you all later. Peace out.